Welcome back to Car Trend, the ultimate destination for classic icons, modern machines, and everything that moves with power and style. Today, we're going back to a time when trucks weren't just vehicles, they were beasts built to conquer anything the road or the wilderness could throw at them. And nothing proves that better than the legendary 1957 Dodge Power Wagon W500 heavy-duty truck. This isn't just a pickup, it's an industrial-grade piece of American history, a workhorse wrapped in raw steel and muscle. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into what makes this classic truck one of the most powerful and iconic machines of its time. The 1957 Dodge Power Wagon W500 was built for the toughest jobs. Whether it was hauling heavy machinery, plowing through deep snow, or navigating rocky terrain, the W500 was made to dominate. This was no ordinary truck, it was part of Dodge's medium and heavy-duty truck lineup, and it sat at the top of the food chain when it came to strength, durability, and reliability. With a beefy frame, rugged suspension, and military-grade engineering at its core, this truck was designed to endure anything thrown its way. At first glance, the W500 looks like a truck that doesn't mess around. It has a bold, squared-off front end with a massive grille, wide fenders, and a tall stance that commands attention. The dual headlights were a signature of the era, giving it a fierce and unmistakable front profile. And let's not forget that unmistakable Dodge badging and Power Wagon emblems proudly displayed across its body, symbols of strength that still make collectors and truck lovers stare in awe. Under the hood, the 1957 Dodge W500 came equipped with serious firepower. The standard engine was the powerful 315 cubic inch V8, also known as the Dodge Power Giant engine. It was capable of delivering an impressive amount of torque at low RPMs, exactly what you needed for pulling trailers, climbing hills, or carrying extreme loads. But that wasn't the only option, there were variants with straight six engines as well, and Dodge even offered larger V8s for those who needed maximum power. No matter which engine you chose, this truck wasn't about speed, it was about raw pulling strength and unmatched reliability. The W500 wasn't just powerful, it was smartly built. Dodge engineers took lessons from military vehicles and applied them to this civilian workhorse. With a 4x4 drivetrain, heavy-duty axles, and a rugged chassis, the W500 was just as capable off-road as it was on highways or construction sites. It had a high ground clearance, massive tires, and a drivetrain system that could lock in and out of four-wheel drive with ease. Whether you were crossing a muddy field or towing a full load of timber through the mountains, this truck was built to go wherever you needed it. Inside the cabin, things were simple, but solid. Remember, this was the 1950s, a time when utility came before luxury. The dashboard was basic, with analog gauges giving you everything you needed to know: speed, oil pressure, temperature, and fuel levels. The bench seat was firm but surprisingly roomy. Steel and metal covered most surfaces, and rubber floor mats made it easy to clean up after a long day's work. There were few comforts, but that's what made this truck so authentic. It was designed to do a job, not win style points. And that honesty is exactly why it's so respected today. One of the standout features of the W500 was its ability to be customized for almost any task. Dodge offered the W500 in different wheelbases, bed configurations, and cab types. You could outfit it with a flatbed, a stake bed, a dump body, or even a fire truck configuration. Municipalities, farms, construction companies, and the military all used this truck for heavy-duty applications. It was the kind of vehicle you bought when no other truck could handle the job. Today, the 1957 Dodge Power Wagon W500 has become a prized collectible. Restored versions can fetch a high price at classic car auctions, especially if they retain original parts and finishes. Truck collectors love the W500 because it's a rare breed. It was produced in limited numbers compared to lighter-duty models, and many of the ones that were built were used so hard that few survive today in good condition. Seeing one restored, with its original Power Giant V8 and classic body lines, is like witnessing a piece of American industrial history come back to life. Owners and restorers often praise how overbuilt the W500 feels. Everything from the frame to the axles to the transfer case was designed to handle serious punishment. And because of its simple mechanical design, it's also relatively easy to maintain compared to modern trucks loaded with electronics. There's something very satisfying about turning a key, hearing that V8 roar to life, and knowing you're sitting behind the wheel of a machine built with pure mechanical honesty. Driving a 1957 W500 today is an experience that brings you back in time. The steering is heavy, the ride is stiff, and the gearbox demands respect, but that's the charm. This isn't a truck you just cruise in. You feel every bump, every gear shift, every vibration of that old-school V8. And that's exactly what makes it special. It's not just transportation, it's a full-body experience, a raw connection between driver and machine that modern vehicles have forgotten. At Car Trend, we believe the 1957 Dodge Power Wagon W500 isn't just a truck. It's a monument to a time when vehicles were built to work, to last, and to inspire. It's a story of engineering triumph, American grit, and unstoppable performance. Whether you're a collector, a classic truck enthusiast, or just someone who appreciates legendary machines, the W500 stands as a towering example of what trucks were meant to be. So if you ever get the chance to see one in person, or better yet, drive one, don't miss it. This isn't just another classic truck. This is the 1957 Dodge Power Wagon W500. It's a powerhouse from the past, built to carry the weight of a nation and still stand tall 65+ years later. Thanks for watching Car Trend. If you love rare classics, vintage power, and timeless automotive legends, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling us your favorite vintage truck of all time. We'll see you in the next video, but until then, keep your wheels turning and your passion burning.